Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome back, and please forgive the way I look. It's still early. It's not even 7 yet. So I am getting ready to have my tea and have a bar, and then I'm going out for a walk. So I just thought this is a random day. I haven't been doing much. You haven't missed anything. Literally, since the weather got warmer, well, hot. We finally got the heat here and I am loving it. We had several days in the 90s. You will never hear me complain about the heat. So I've done nothing but lay by the pool. Seriously, that's kind of all I've been doing. It's been glorious. It's been glorious. So anyway, I need to get some errands run. I need to go to Target. I need to go to Costco. But first, I want to get my walk in for the morning. So anyway, I'm going to spin you around here. So I'll do a combination of shopping haul and what I'm eating today. So I just had that, which is, I don't know how many ounces that is, but you can see it in relationship to my hand. It's a pretty decent sized glass of water. Now I'm getting ready to have my tea and have a grain bar. I love this brand of grain bar because all the ingredients in it you can see and pronounce. And you know how fussy I am. If there is chemicals in the food, we no longer eat it. Oh, and there goes my phone. All right, so let me finish making my tea here and grab a snack, and then let's go for a walk. I wanted to show you this new book I've been reading. I finished my other book called The Anatomy of You. Again, that was a super hard read, very factual, a lot of information about your body. So I got through it and learned a lot, but like I said, it was a hard read. So this one now is so much easier. This was actually a referral when I bought the last book, which was The Anatomy of You. I bought it on Amazon. And if you're an Amazon shopper, you know that when you buy something, at the bottom of the screen, it'll list other people who have bought this item also bought this, or it gives recommendations. But that's where this one popped up, and I am seriously loving it. So this is called The Body Book: The Law of Hunger, The Science of Strength, and Other Ways to Love Your Amazing Body. And unlike the last one, this is a super easy read. She goes into a lot of detail of how she eats and drinks, but she also consulted with, I think it was 15 different people in fields such as healthcare and nutrition and a couple other things. Hold on, my neighbors keep coming out. I don't want my neighbors thinking I'm a nutcase. Standing out here talking to a camera. So anyway, I'm going to read a little bit more of my book here while I drink my tea, and then we're going for the walk. Done. Water, then shower. Ugh. Hey guys, so I am back from Target already. I didn't get much. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items, if you count this as one. Mike's Naked Juice that he drinks every day at work, so I got 5 of these for next week. K-cups, some whole grain pasta, toothpaste, and gallon-sized storage bags. And that's it. So now I'm going to make a protein shake, and we're going to Costco. And that bill is going to be painful because I have not been to Costco in several weeks. So, oh, the pain. Hey, so I'm back from Costco, and before I show you what I bought, I'm going to show you what I'm going to be eating while I am prepping some of this food to put it away. So I have here, this is leftover shredded chicken that I cooked off and just shredded it up, and it just has some Montreal chicken seasoning on it. And then I added some dried cranberries and some sliced almonds. The dried cranberries, I don't use craisins because they have added sugar. I buy these at the health food store in the bulk section, and then I just keep them in a mason jar. So that's going to be my lunch. And I'll show you what I bought at Costco. So I'll start with the meat. I have about 3.5 pounds of what they call flap meat. It's actually strips of beef, and what I do is I cut it into like 1.5-inch pieces, and this is what I use to make beef kebabs or like a beef stir fry, anything that I want beef cubes for. I like this flap meat. I don't know your experience with buying beef cubes, but whenever I buy actual beef cubes that are already cut from the butcher, it doesn't matter how I make them, they just are always a little on the tough side. I discovered this flap meat at Costco, and it is always super tender. There's enough marbling in it that it just stays like so good. So we don't eat a lot of red meat anymore. We limit our red meat to once a week. And for the most part, we're eating chicken and fish. If I make something for Mike, like I like a lot of fish, but he likes a lot more than I do as far as the variety. So if I'm going to make a fish he doesn't like, then I just go vegetarian for the night. We no longer eat pork. I shouldn't say that. I had a couple pork chops in the freezer. I'm down to 1. And Mike will eat that on his own, and then we're going to skip eating pork. Again, just for cutting back on some additional fat and cholesterol. His cholesterol numbers are perfect. Mine are a hair over 200 for my cholesterol. So I need to watch. So that's, again, the reason I'm cutting back on some of the meat, because your cholesterol is basically coming from animal products. Chicken and fish obviously has the least amount of cholesterol. Shellfish has a huge amount. So as much as I love eating my clams and my shrimp and my scallops, I gotta stay away from that to get the cholesterol numbers back down. And if I have to make a choice between beef or pork, I'm gonna keep the beef, just so I can have like steak and stuff and like this flap meat. So yeah, anyway, I've rambled enough. Let's continue. So I got a little over 2.5 pounds of cod, 4 New York strip steaks. There's my almonds and cranberries. 2 whole chickens, and then a 6-pack of chicken breasts, and there's 2 split boneless skinless breasts in each pack, so 6 of them, so a total of 12 pieces of chicken. And that came to, oh, my tag ripped off. I don't know how many pounds that was because my tag ripped off. So it looks like it might have been around, based on the price, around 3 pounds worth of chicken. And then over here, I got Mike some smoked salmon, 5 pounds of clementines, an 8-pack of diced tomatoes, and a 12-pack of tomato sauce. Some black rice. I mixed this with my brown rice. Almonds, 3-pound bag. Some blackberries, 18-ounce clamshell of those. My little treat, dark chocolate almond sea salt snack chocolates. Avocado oil. Some spicy jack cheese. Cashews, 3 pounds of walnuts. The cashews are 2.5 pounds. And then the other side of the table, I got a 2-pound bag of pecans, a 3-pound bag of pistachios, a rotisserie chicken, which is going to be for dinner tonight, and then 2 pounds of blueberries, and a bag of sea salt and lime tortilla chips. So why all the nuts? Nuts, huge health benefits, snacking on nuts. You don't want too many nuts because they also are high in calories. But if you're looking for sources of protein, nuts are awesome for you. Almonds and walnuts being the 2 best. So we snack on them, and what I do is I also grind some up. I'll mix the walnuts, the pecans, and the almonds. Can't think. Walnuts, pecans, and almonds. I will mix them up and put them in our coffee grinder And Mike, and I do a bunch of them so I get a nice sized container or mason jar of them, and then Mike takes those to work and he sprinkles that on his yogurt. So when he eats his yogurt, he eats the Greek yogurt at lunchtime, and he eats the yogurt that has no added sugars with it, and he puts those nuts on it, and he said it is just delicious. And he was never a huge fan of yogurt, but he said adding the nuts really does give it a little extra something, and you get that protein boost with it. So I'm gonna eat my wrap and start prepping all this meat. Okay, my meat is all prepped and ready for the freezer. And that's something that I hear a lot of women complain about, where they don't meal plan, which I don't meal plan either anymore since I've been eating differently. But even if you are choosing not to meal plan, that's fine. But I still hear women complain that, oh, I don't know what we're gonna have for dinner tonight. If you take the time, I mean, this took me just moments, you know, less than 15 minutes. I had all this done and everything is labeled. So you get up in the morning and the first thing you do is grab something out of your freezer so that it's thawed out and ready for you to make when you come home. And it's super easy when you already have it broken down. I made the mistake one time of not cutting these apart, and I stuck the whole 6-pack in the freezer. It all froze together. I had to almost thaw everything out, cut it apart, and refreeze it. And with chicken, you can refreeze it. It really doesn't hurt it, and it didn't thaw the whole way. But again, it took me 10 seconds to cut these apart, so lesson learned there. But again, just have everything all ready to go in your dinner size portions, and it makes your life a heck of a lot easier. All right, now I gotta lug all this down to the freezer. Okay, so I'm getting dinner ready right now, and it's super easy tonight. Mike has a dentist appointment at 5 o'clock. So he's gonna get home at like 3:45, and he has to eat, get a shower, and get to the dentist by 5. So we're in a hurry. Now I've had time to work on a bigger dinner, but again, I wanted something that we could eat quick. But if you find yourself pressed for time and you just don't have time to come home and cook dinner, and you didn't take advantage of time in the morning to put dinner in a crock pot, and you have to leave the house again, and you are tempted to hit that drive-through window, there's a much easier way to get your good nutrients in and get your good vitamins in and not sabotage any work you've been doing by eating a fast food meal. Now don't get me wrong, there are some choices that you can make at certain fast food restaurants that aren't completely terrible. But if you're going to the drive-thru and getting a double bacon cheeseburger, a french fry, and a Diet Coke, you know what? You might as well just quit working out and quit watching what you eat through the week, because you just sabotaged your whole week's worth of work with that one super bad meal. So instead of stopping at a fast food restaurant, stop at a grocery store. Pick yourself up a rotisserie chicken. What we're having is salads, and then I have the rotisserie chicken for us to put chicken on top of them. So here's mine. I don't know how well this is picking this up. So I have a huge bed of 2 different kinds of lettuce with cucumber, tomato, a little bit of cheese, and some hemp seeds. And then Mike has kale and leaf lettuce, cheese, cucumber, tomato, hemp seeds, sweet pepper, and chickpeas. And like I said, we'll put the chicken on top. But if you don't have time to even come home and make the salads, hit the salad bar at the grocery store. So much better. Just watch your dressings and watch how much cheese you use, because that cheese that I added is up in my cholesterol count and up in the fat count on that salad. But I'd sooner add the little bit of fat and cholesterol from a good source like cheese that I grated myself, mind you. That wasn't pre-shredded cheese, which you gotta be careful with your pre-shredded cheese. Read your ingredients. Do you know that they are coated in what is essentially a plastic that our government says is an edible plastic that they spray our cheese with so that it doesn't stick together in a bag? I get it, otherwise if you shred it, it's gonna clump together like mine does when I shred it myself, but I'm choosing to do that instead of eating plastic, and I digress. Sorry. But I'm okay with getting that little bit of fat and cholesterol in my salad, because it sure beats the alternative of trying to eat a much heavier meal at a fast food restaurant to save time. So that's gonna be our dinner tonight, and I'm gonna let you in on a secret here. My hair, I semi-straightened it today as much as I could straighten hair with a curling iron. Michael hates my hair straight. Hates it. If it was up to him, 80s hair would be back in style. Like big, poofy, curly 80s hair. That's what he loves. So hopefully I can remember to let the camera on when he gets home, because he's gonna, one of the first things out of his mouth is gonna be, what'd you do to your hair? Guaranteed. So let's test it. What?
Why is it straight?
What?
Why is your hair straight?
Because I wanted to straighten it for once. You have a problem with it, don't you? What?
I mean, I could probably get used to it.
Told you. I told you.
I was thinking.
Alright, well that's going to probably do it for today. So the last thing I'm doing as far as food is I'm eating a dish of fruit. So tonight I'm having strawberries, blackberries, and grapes. Of course, I've been drinking water all day. So yeah, typical day of what I buy and what I eat. So I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye.